I mean, it's easy to go through an exercise and not take any action. You know, you have goals, you have milestones and things that you're working on. But hopefully this exercise has left you with revisiting, you know, why you got into this work to begin with, and has helped you answer the question, what is the impact that you want to have from your effort and your work and your time and your energy, and work back from that. You know, if it's more than what you think you can achieve with your organization as is today, then really think about what actions you could take in the near term to get closer to achieving, you know, that impact that you want to have. Now let's take a minute to take a step back and just reflect on the exercises that we've gone through. Take a second and just, you know, sit with how how you're feeling about this. If you need to, go ahead and even take a walk. Write down maybe your 2 to 3 takeaways from this. Were there any aha moments or, you know, interesting things that kept coming back in your mind as you went through these exercises? Write down what are some of those takeaways. Next, let's write down, you know, what is one thing that you could do next week to actually make what this exercise was real. For example, you might want to share this exercise with members of your team and get their reaction to this. Maybe they have different inputs to this process. There may have been gaps in what you could and couldn't do in this exercise. If there's research you need to go do, think about the conversation you need to have, or, you know, the research that you need to actually conduct to complete the exercise. If you were able to think about a potential actor that you wanted to have a conversation with, find out the contact info for that person next week and maybe reach out and set up a meeting if possible. Or go as far as talking to another organization about actually replicating your model. You know, if you thought there might be an organization that's interested in doing so, go ahead and reach out. Start somewhere. It could be as simple as making a phone call or sending an email tomorrow. You know, just taking a step in that direction will hopefully get the ball rolling. Sometimes funders, board members, team members may not all be on the same page about what this means for you as an organization. It can come into direct conflict with the direct numbers and the direct impact that you may have set for yourself. When you start to think of at the systems level, it's about things that maybe are a little bit more squishy. So I'm going to go figure out how to influence this government entity, for example, or work through this university network. And that can be a little bit more ambiguous. And sometimes funders and people that are closest to you in the work you're doing, even team members, may not have that same vision as you. So it's really important to make sure that you're all on the same page. At the Skoll Foundation, we're really focused on systems change, and we really support the organizations that we work with down that path. But we often find that not all the funders that those organizations are working with think the same way, or define impact in the same way. Maybe help them walk down this journey with you in the sense of how this systems orientation is going to get you closer to impacting more people in the long run, and see if that's a way to start to communicate and share how this thinking is evolving within your own organization. You know, what is that broader outer star number, right? Bring it back to that, and why you started to do this work that you did to begin with, and why they wanted to support your work to begin with. One of the best ways, you know, to build credibility is just excelling at delivering the work that you're doing already, and showing that there's a track record of impact over time. And if you can demonstrate that, then you're able to show that the value you're bringing has been able to be sustained over time. You know what you're good at, and what people see you as credible for, and what sort of are drivers for that credibility. And if you feel like you need to build more of it, you know, continue to really focus on delivering quality work, and doing so in a consistent way and manner. So in Vision Spring's case, they decided that they would make an entity outside of the Vision Spring organization called the iLiance. And the iLiance takes disparate actors that are working towards empowering people with eyesight and vision, clear vision through eyeglasses, and people who are touching that problem. So, corporate partners, other nonprofits, government partners, and really working together with those organizations collectively in this alliance and coming up with some common metrics and goals that they're going to set for themselves as they work towards this problem together. With a bit of an idea of what actions you're going to take, hopefully you're feeling empowered to really move down the path to systems change and towards greater impact, and as a result of your work and energy and time. For any system or machine or an engine or something to actually be functioning, all parts of the system have to be working in coordination with one another. Everything around us is sort of driven by different systems that exist, and all that is people and processes and their motivations that are making the system operate in a certain way. So think about the connections that those people and those different people and actors have with one another, and how you are connected to that process. You have a role to play in the system, and you have an opportunity to actually change it for the better. It's not easy. It takes a lot of work. And sometimes it's thankless. You have the ability to actually change the system once you understand where you sit in it and how you might work with others to change it for the better.